Everybody, it's your boy Universal Veteran here again with another video. So today is December 24th. It is Christmas Eve. Yeah, Christmas Eve. And got another little story for you guys. And it happened last night. This ain't going to be a long video. It's probably only going to be a few minutes. But I wanted to let you guys know this. I almost ended up in an accident. It was probably the scariest moment I've ever experienced as a truck driver, by far. Out of driving in all the states that I've ever been in, everywhere across the United States, the thousands upon thousands of miles that I've put in towards being a truck driver, today was the scariest moment that I ever experienced. So, let me get into it. Let me set you up first. Ooh, I don't know if that's going to work. So I'll make this video quick, not gonna be that long, but so today I had a load going out to Omaha, Nebraska last night. I docked out around 11 o'clock last night. I woke up at around 8 or 9 o'clock. Sorry, I woke up at 9. Had to drive to the maintenance shop to get my truck, and I docked out at 11 o'clock. So, I get to Omaha, perfectly fine. I drive 250 miles, no sweat, easy peasy, no problems whatsoever. I start driving back, not a problem. Not that hard, it's pretty cool, pretty easy. I get about, I would say about 60 miles from the DC, from the Target Distribution Center. And it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. It's some dense fog. So I'm driving along on this 2-lane highway. It's 65 mile an hour speed limit. I hit a patch of dense fog. Really heavy. I can only see a few lines. Maybe, I would say about 6 or 7 lines in front of me. So not that much distance. So I decide, okay, I'm going to slow down. I slow down from 63, since that's what my truck is governed at. I slow my truck down to about 50 miles an hour. Put my hazard lights on. I do that. I'm doing that for about, roughly about 20 miles. So, I'm driving along 2-lane road. I haven't seen anybody for a good long while, so everything's going fine. Well, all of a sudden, I'm sitting there driving along, and I get to this area. I'm driving through dense fog, and I come up to this little intersection. Now, the 2-lane highway that I'm on is a divided highway. So there's 2 lanes on the left-hand side, 2 lanes on the right-hand side, a big-ass divide in the middle. And every so often, maybe every mile or so, there's an intersection where cars can pull out. They can pull out in the middle if they want to go to the other side, or they can take a right and head towards the direction I'm going in. So that's exactly what happened. I'm driving along, like I said, going about 50 miles per hour, and I hit a little intersection where there was a gap in the fog. Pretty much the fog stopped in that little area and it was completely clear out. Now, I get past this fog area, and this car, I'm driving along right here, and this car takes a right-hand turn into the right-hand lane. Mind you, he's going like 5 miles an hour. Like I said, I'm going about 50 miles per hour, and I can only see about 8 lines in front of me. Not even that. I get out of this fog, and the first thing I see is I see him like right here turning. I'm already going way too fast, or I'm going way too there's not enough gap in between the truck and him for me to slow down. There was no way I could have done it. So I see him, and I'm like, oh fuck. Instantly, my body thinks, I look over to my mirror on my right, or I look over, I see him, and I'm like, oh shit. I think about for a split second slowing down, but I know that's not going to work. I don't have enough gap. I know it's going to take a few hundred feet for my truck to stop, and there's no way I'm going to stop in time. If I don't do something, this dude's going to die, because I'm going to slam into the back of him. Mind you, he's probably going 5 miles an hour. He just turned. He's about halfway into it. I just got out of this fog, and I just instantly see him pulling out. I'm going 50 miles an hour, and I'm 45 miles faster than this guy. and regardless, I'm empty, but still, I'm fucking heavy. So what I do is he's pulling out, I swerve around him. My truck and trailer, I swerve around him. I look at my left-hand mirror before I do it. I swerve around him, and I, like, inches away from hitting this dude. I was so close from hitting this dude. It gave me a fucking mini heart attack. It scared the living piss out of me, because it wasn't like I could see this guy coming. I was already going slow. I was already going lower than what the recommended speed was because of the fog. But as soon as I left that fog and I got to the open area, I fucking see this dude, and I split second reacted. I realized there was no way I could slow down. There's no way I could do anything to signal to this guy that, hey, I'm coming. So I just said, fuck it, I'm going to try and swerve this guy. I put my both hands on the wheel, and I fucking moved over, and I'm looking in my right-hand mirror and making sure I'm not going to hit this dude and making sure I'm not going to fucking jackknife my trailer. And luckily, I'm able to fucking go around him and pull out in front of him, and there were inches between us. Literal inches. It was that close. I would have fucking killed that dude. Whoever you are, if you ever come across this video, you are lucky to be alive on fucking Christmas Eve 2016. You were the luckiest man alive. You were lucky that I was in the driver's seat. And I reacted in the way that I did. Because if there was any other person that didn't react in the way that I did, and there was a lack of fucking judgment in any one of those seconds that shit happened, you would have died. I'm just saying that right now. That like freaked me the hell out. That was the worst. I mean, I know it's not that big of a deal. I mean, it is a big deal, and it's not that serious. But still, someone pulling out practically right in front of you within a 50-yard gap, 50 feet gap. I mean, there was not even enough space to fit another truck and trailer in between the space of his car and my truck where it was sitting at. There wasn't even that much gap between it when I saw him. I mean, it was less. It was probably my trailer's worth, minus out my truck. I mean, there was nothing. So, I wanted to let you guys know that I'm alive. I'm not in trouble. I didn't kill anybody today. But I saved a life because of me reacting in the way that I was supposed to. So, I wanted to let you guys know that. I was just going to make this video short. But if you did enjoy this little story of mine that happened today, drop a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace as always. Have a nice night, guys.